Michael, are you ready?
Oh,
Are you
God.
ready for this masterful presentation?
Oh my. Yes, I so am. Should we give a little intro of what's happening
I
right
can do a
now?
quick, yeah. For those of you who don't know, I have presented an amazing slideshow for Michael of what I think would be the best possible Survivor Season 50 cast. Now, I'm trying to take everything that I've seen on Reddit and anywhere on the internet as possible hints to who can be on this season. And as I was making this amazing slideshow for Michael, a new leak has come out that is supposedly
Oh my gosh. Real-time updates.
it claims it's Survivor Unite, I think they're called, but they're known to get things wrong. And honestly, if that cast doesn't even follow the like diversity mandate that's been in the show since 41. So I don't know. It's still like rumors, but let's get into this.
Yeah, let's see. I love how you're gonna use like so many like systems and metrics, and
Yep.
I'm going to go off of pure vibes and
Well,
whether I care for them or not.
Look at these vibes, Michael.
Oh my God, is that Colby?
This is Colby.
He actually did just pop up on like my Instagram reels of like him and Jeff having some weird showdown where I don't know, Jeff was like offering him a chocolate bar and he was like, I don't care, I want to go to the challenge. And
Yeah.
Jeff was like, what the fuck?
we need that kind of attitude.
Oh my God.
The activities and sports and hobbies I really enjoyed doing. I realized there were three common denominators.
Now this is an American
I
man.
like to skydive and water ski,
This is look
and I really like to hunt.
look what not says
In college,
more
I even
than
got on a
America than bull riding,
Oh my gosh.
gun shooting, jet skiing, Colby
Wow.
Donaldson.
Wow.
If I'm there, I will.
Wow.
And there's so many things that I've thought of.
Wow.
Yeah, what
So
do you
wait,
think of that?
he's the first one you're thinking of?
I mean, Colby is highly rumored. I think he's a lock. Season 2, I'm realizing this is not completely in order, but yeah, he was one of the most popular players of all time. And I think he would be interesting to see come back. Our
That would be
Activities and
that
Yeah.
would be interesting because especially I saw only the beginning of Hi Queen. I only
your
saw the
thoughts?
beginning
sorry.
of Heroes versus Villains,
It's
but
true.
I remember that everyone was like, Colby's too old to play the game now. So I wonder what like him being older and playing the game will
It's
entail.
true. I mean, that basically was Heroes versus Villains, but now he's even older.
So I can't wait.
Yeah. Our next player is Jenna Lewis. She's actually on season 1, so we'd have a season 1 OG.
Oh my God, why her?
Well, I do think she would be interesting as a returnee. She almost won All Stars, but came up short. And for the past few months, player from season 2, you see her in the background there. Elizabeth was highly rumored.
Wait, that's not her in the background?
No, that's a different person.
Oh, I thought they were the same. It was just like older. Oh
No,
my gosh, wow.
I'm putting Elizabeth there because she was highly rumored and a lot of people wanted her to return, and she's probably one of the most successful Survivor players, like to build a career like at post Survivor.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
she's on The View.
She was on The View.
Oh my gosh.
But recently she was cut. I have my own theory that I am not going to put in this video.
Okay.
But
you couldn't possibly do what I do.
so moving on.
Yeah, okay, moving on.
We have Rob Cesternino.
Oh my gosh, I feel like he deserves it. He loves the show so much, you know.
Original super fan, creator of RHAP, Rob has a podcast, biggest. He's basically the king of the Survivor internet community. I do think he'd be a great person to bring back on.
Yeah. No, I mean, he really loves the show and stuff. I think I think it'd be awesome for him to come back, but if he does come back, I'm like, oh my god, I don't know how, like, not a single I feel like he'd be targeted so fast.
Well, we just have to see.
I guess so.
Next up, we have Vecepia.
Oh my god, okay, I actually do know this person.
Oh yeah?
But, okay, this is a really cringy way of me knowing her. I had, like, this really old, like, Survivor video game, and you could play as her.
And that's another reason why she should be on Survivor 50. She was a part of the Survivor Wii game. Vecepia was the first ever Black winner of Survivor. She was recently on The Price is Right. I think she'd be I think she'd be a really fun person to bring back, and I think it's overdue. I think she's been wanting to come back for a while, and they've never really
what the fuck?
Yeah, or I don't know. From what I've seen, I've never talked to her.
You haven't hit her up personally.
No, so I can't speak on her behalf. But next up,
well, she seems fun.
Yes.
Oh,
Rupert. Next
there
up.
We go.
Sorry, not to. I don't want to. This is a big presentation, so.
Okay, I see. I won't hold this up.
Yeah. Next up, we have Rupert, the legend, the man, the myth, the pirate. Rupert.
Put it a different way.
This is a little interview.
It's a whole new way of playing the game, right?
This is a little interview of him from a few years ago.
Oh my gosh! Where
he's
they have the, if I think I'm gonna get voted out and you can draw a rock, but it's a 1 in 6 chance. My gosh, you better be really desperate. They haven't been able to get anybody to draw the rock, so they put in a twist where, you can try for this immunity, but the first one out of the immunity has to go in a do or die situation. What happened to Survivor where it counts on your social game, on your gameplay? People say.
I mean, think of the confessionals you get from this man.
Yeah, no, I mean,
Do you see the energy? The ebbs and flows?
The ebbs and flows, I do think, recently, I will say, as someone who's only watched the new era, but I have seen some bits of Rupert. I will say they don't really have people anymore from, like, vastly different walks of life. I feel like Rupert's really given that hippie vibe, and there's not really hippies anymore. The closest we get, I think, are like the astrological girlies.
That's a good point. Here, wait, let's listen a little bit longer. He brings up some interesting points.
Say I have no gameplay, and they don't understand because I tell everybody what's going on and I share everything. But there's no other guy out there that's got 100 days in 3 games. I know the value in the social play. That's how I made it through. You start throwing challenges and things in there that social play doesn't matter. You're taking part of the game away.
The ebbs and flow. The emotion behind his speech.
8 people on each tribe. Strangers. I know I'd love to play again, but strangers. No food, no water, no nothing. And watch them starve and
Jesus
struggle and see who the best survivor is.
Boom.
Oh me, oh my, oh apple pie. Wow.
That is my pitch for Rupert. He would love to play again. I think he's only 61, I believe, so he's definitely on the older, like, spectrum of Survivor contestants, but I still think it is completely within the realm. But yeah, no, Rupert also has his Rupert's Kids Foundation. This is a little, I'll read a little snippet of what his foundation's all about. It's a mission to empower youth, discover their inner strengths, and realize their own self-worth and value to society.
Girl, I need that. And if I'm like not incorrect, I feel like Survivor hasn't brought anyone back for so long that no matter who they bring back, even if they brought them back before, there's been such a long gap.
100%. People would claim they're tired of Rupert, but then they'd see him on their screens once again, and they'd immediately be like, "Oh, I love you, Rupert."
Oh, yes.
And I recently just found out he has the same birthday as me, so.
Well, now he has to be on.
Now he has to be on.
If Jeff doesn't put him on, we're gonna have beef.
Yeah. All right. Our next contestant is Neleh, another player from Marquesas with Vecepia. I think that would be a cool little duo to bring back from that season. We have one clip of her. She was recently on Tyson's podcast. We can watch a little snippet of that.
Okay. Episode 4, season 4. Still,
I don't know if I can full screen
school,
from this
the very
angle.
first era.
Yeah, it's perfect.
How much?
Yeah.
Damn it.
In the game?
Yeah.
Oh
from
my
watching
gosh.
it.
It's so crazy. Like, it's actually so hard to go back and watch it with my kids now because everything is like slow motion. Just like the music and the way people talk and just like how much time
she thinks old school Survivor's slow paced. What?
The game is just sped up so much since then. So
would you be able to keep up if they threw you in this new thing?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm old school Tyson, but I'm only like 45.
Go back to get a little further yourself. You doing that?
I do it.
Okay, I think you're ready. There we go.
It'd be like your wife and you. Like, you had to let her go, and you ended up winning it. So, like,
no, they voted her out,
when it
right?
comes to Survivor, like, you just go for what you got to do.
That's
so okay. That's when I ended, I guess. Yeah, old school player seems down to play a new school game and is also still watching. Get her on the show.
Yeah, I will say if I was ever on Survivor, I honestly don't know if I'd keep watching it after I was on it. Depending on how it went for me. So
yeah. Well, I have a clip of her from, I think this is like an iconic part of season 4 that I put in.
I'm not gonna go out 5th or 6th. We worked too hard. We've been here for too long, worked too hard, and I'm not gonna go out like that. I've just had this feeling,
I mean, we could have used a little bit of that energy on 48, no?
Oh my gosh, yes, we really could have. Wow, would that have been helpful?
All right. Avert your eyes. More spoilers.
Oh my gosh, averting.
Okay. Yeah, no, I think Neleh would be a great
little
player to bring back.
Episode 4.
They're all starting.
All right, next person, Ozzy. Right? Is that really? Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. We're skipping a few seasons.
Okay.
Ozzy,
Gotcha.
the original, the like iconic challenge beast. I was surprised that he was on this list, but he seems like a pretty safe pick to be on 50. His last season.
Why is that? What did he do?
Well, he's like a staple. If CBS wants like iconic players and recognizable faces and names, Ozzy is definitely on the top of the list. His last appearance on Game Changers wasn't like the most he didn't have the biggest edit, so some people may think like he might not have that much like value to bring to the show anymore. But I still think, I don't know, I didn't put him on there initially because I think there's so many other people that, like, you know, you're sifting through 48 seasons. But it does seem like he will be on, and I do think he could be fun. Definitely, like, if this is season 50, you're getting the icons.
Okay.
Next, we have Cirie.
Oh, the queen. Oh,
Cirie.
I love that skirt.
Exactly. Cirie's been busy. Cirie
has she ever?
She's been on Traitors. She's been on Big Brother. She's been on Australian Survivor.
Yeah.
Why not bring her
Get
back
that bag,
one last time for American US Survivor for one of the most iconic seasons?
Yeah, I know she's been on a lot, and I know she hasn't had the best of luck.
Yeah, she's gone out in some pretty stupid ways. Next up, we have another Traitors player, Stephenie. She
do not recognize her at all.
She was on the second season, I believe, with Cirie. She was also on Survivor Palau, Survivor Guatemala, and Survivor Heroes versus Villains. She's a big she's on the Heroes tribe, big fan favorite.
I don't remember her at all.
Yeah, she dislocated her shoulder in the first episode of Heroes versus Villains.
Ouch! That sucks. That's really lame.
She also was the first person to ever be the last person left on her tribe. Like, they lost so much.
Wait, really?
She literally became the last person on her tribe. And, yeah. So
that's so sad.
Yeah.
What season was that?
That was Palau.
Oh my god, rough. She was kind of giving like Teresa from the Real Housewives of New Jersey.
Yeah,
so.
yeah, absolutely. All right, who do we have up next? Oh, right, Earl Cole, another Survivor winner, from Survivor Fiji. Earl, I've sifted through his Instagram. These are all from his,
like, I can see
except for the one on the bottom left. I wanted to get like a nice like professional photo, you know. No, Earl was a beast. He won in dominant fashion, has never come back. Now he's like a filmmaker, from what I understand.
Oh my god, awesome.
Yeah, he's a Star Wars nerd, as you see down below there. The pic on the top right, all right, so some people think he's not going to be on 50. And I will admit they're probably right, because he did post that he won't be on Survivor 50, but he will be in Fiji while it's filming, because he's working on his own film, just coincidentally. But I call BS. I think this is a cover-up. I think he will be on, and I think maybe this is Ellis conspiracy time. Maybe he will be filming one of his films in Fiji, but I think it's also just conveniently during or around the time that Survivor 50 will be filming. So I think he goes out to Fiji to film his feature, and then he also, while he's there, goes to play Survivor. Like, whether it's before or after, I don't know the itinerary, but all I know is something smelling fishy. All right.
I mean, it is odd that he's like, I am going specifically to Fiji to film. Yeah. I'm like, we have the whole world.
And there's literally comments in like all of his posts like, oh my god, Earl, like, you'd be so good on 50, play on 50. And guess who is liking every single one of those comments?
Is it Earl?
It is Earl.
Oh my gosh, I did not see that one coming.
Yeah, so I think Earl would be he's been like such a fan favorite to come back for so long, because his game was so sick.
What was like the best points of his game, do you think, to someone who hasn't seen it? Like me.
I believe it was a perfect game. I believe
really
it was the first ever. He didn't no one ever wrote his name down, and then when he got to the end, it was a unanimous decision.
Oh my gosh, wow.
So yeah, and he's just like a very chill, like, kind of soul vibrato of like very chill, can go with the flow. Yeah, so Earl's the GOAT. Next up we have, oh my god, I completely forgot, Phillip.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Oh shit. I was gonna say next up we have Francesca.
Oh, I wish, bring her back. I'm sorry, but getting voted out first twice is iconic, and that should be merit enough.
I don't have Francesca on this season, but I do have the creator of the nickname Francesca, Phillip Shepherd.
Oh my. Wow, he is raw dogging those slip-ons.
Dude, that is a fit.
I have no words.
Some people think Phillip is kind of soured on Survivor, but this is from his Instagram. He was at a Survivor event recently. You see in the picture there with Jeff Probst. We also saw him at the Bryson Wendell event for 48.
He was there.
Yeah, dude, he had a fedora, he had a crazy fit on. He's talking it up with Caleb from 45.
Wow, I do not recall.
Yeah, no, dude, I didn't even recognize him at first. He walked right by me, and I was like, man, that dude's kitted out. But no, honestly, when I saw, okay, so there's one rumor that, oh my god, I forgot to put into my my presentation, you know, where I'm the inside survivor and Martin Holmes, where I'm getting all of these rumors, but he is where I'm getting most of my info. There's some conflicting reports from another person called Survivor Unite, or Survivor. It's Survivor U something.
Well, I've heard they're unreliable from certain sources.
Fuck that source. I don't like what they're saying. So I'm going with what Martin Holmes is saying, and he says there will be one person from season 17 to 25, and a lot of people think it could be Malcolm, who I think
Only
would also
one?
it's like a list or something. So some people were thinking it could be Malcolm, but if you're trying to get like the diversity quota, it's really difficult
because it was so not diverse in the early seasons.
I mean, yeah, pretty much. But I think Phillip would actually be like an iconic person to bring back if we're bringing back like the big names from the 20s, which there's not that many. I think Phillip would be great, and I actually think there's a lot to Phillip's story that we haven't seen on the show. I think he's like as eccentric and kind of wacky as he is. I think there is a little bit of a method to his madness that would be very valuable to bring on the show.
Oh, do you think he like plays it up?
I think he's just not afraid to be himself, and I think sometimes people judge him for that, and or like not judge, but they just like, it's kind of like a Carolyn-esque of like, I have no idea like what to make of this person, you know?
Gotcha.
He's just being 100% himself, and I respect that for him. And honestly, it makes me want to go rewatch those seasons, which is very hard to say, because like there's not a lot from the early 20s that like I would never really suggest those seasons, because they're not as good, and very few people have returned from the seasons. But anyways, next up we have Amanda Kimmel, another Survivor legend.
Oh, I recognize her.
Yeah, she was on Heroes vs. Villains, which maybe from where you recognize her.
That is.
Yeah. Do you remember anything else, or just like the face?
Nope, just the face.
Well, that's okay. I think she would be another iconic name to bring back. She has been rumored to be cut, so I have replacements that I will be bringing up at the end of this.
Well, thank God.
Yeah.
So why would you want her specifically back? Like, what is she kind of known for? She's
been in multiple seasons. I think she's just like an iconic figure of the show, and if you're gonna bring her back, like, this season's really the only time that it would make sense. Like, season 50 is the last season to bring back like the icons, you know? We did that for Winners at War for 40, where it was all winners, and that was great, but not all of the iconic players have won. So like, now is the time to bring the most iconic non-winners, and Amanda is one of those players.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah. And with that, we are leaving old school Survivor. We have Chrissy.
No way.
You're right.
Are you joking?
I'm not. I'm sorry. We're not entering new era yet. We have Chrissy Hoffbeck from.
Okay, I was gonna say. Wait, really? Like, there's no way.
What do you mean? You're saying Chrissy can't be on Survivor 50?
It would just be a shock.
I think Chrissy. I mean, from her attitude on 48, I feel like there's much to be seen from her. But
that's true.
We have a different Chrissy.
Got it.
Chrissy
so you
from
tricked me. You've lied.
Yes, I've deceived.
dare you.
I've outplayed, and outlasted you, Michael.
I can't believe this.
Oh my god, we're at 31 minutes. Okay. Chrissy's from Heroes.
Sorry, I keep asking questions.
Heroes, Hustlers. Wait. Heroes, Healers, Hustlers. That is
that's
terrible.
a season?
Yes, it was a terrible title, but Chrissy was one of the few good things that came out of that season. And I'm confident that she will be on this season. I can say that.
Oh my gosh! Wait, so you think she's gonna be on the season?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
This is not a reach. Next up, we have our people from David vs. Goliath, Christian Hubicki, and Angelina Keeley. Both have made cameos on Mike White's White Lotus.
Wow.
Yeah, so we got them both, you got them on the show, or I guess just themselves, and then
one of them
cameos.
had a much stronger cameo than the other.
Yeah, Christian was a little bit in the background. But Angelina was also only in the first scene of season 2, but they are also highly rumored. I think they're pretty safe to say are locks. David vs. Goliath is one of the best seasons, especially in recent times. Season 37, I would highly recommend to go watch it. But we have a third rumored player to be from David vs. Goliath on 50.
Who?
Now, there's debate on who this third player is. And for now, I just saw a new rumor from a podcast. I think it was Drop Your Buffs. I can't remember the exact... Oh, this is something that I meant to write down and I forgot to write it down. But it is Mike White. Ned
No
Sheabley.
way.
That's right.
No, if they brought Mike White back, now especially, I mean, I bet Survivor wants to bring him back.
Mike White, creator of
skyrocket
White Lotus.
The views.
Yes, 100%. We need the views. We need the big names. And who other than Mike White, creator of White Lotus himself? I think he'd be so good to bring back.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I wonder if he'd even... Do you think he wants to?
Oh, he is a super fan. And if they told him, would you want to play on Survivor Season 50? I don't know if he's recording White Lotus Season 4 right now. He might be still writing it. And hey, maybe Mike White needs a little more inspiration for
maybe
the
he needs
next
a little break.
season. Yeah, maybe, there was something that inspired his original idea for White Lotus. I can't exactly remember what it was. Oh, right, that was playing on David versus Goliath. And maybe if he were to write a new White Lotus season of all old White Lotus players returning, maybe he'd need to go on a returnee season of Survivor.
Oh my god. Yum.
So yeah, that's my pitch for Mike White. Next up,
I mean, I love Mike White. I think he's funny, he's hilarious.
Yeah.
So I would love that. I haven't even seen David vs. Goliath, but I've seen the clips of him drinking a lot of wine, and that's hilarious. And I want more of that. I want more messy people.
Yeah. Next up, new era.
Jump scare, Jesus Christ.
New era. Michael, do you remember Jonathan?
Oh, I do. My ASL teacher had a crush on him, and I thought that was gross.
Yeah, well, wouldn't you love to see him back?
I don't know. I didn't really see that season. Why?
Okay.
Why? What did he do? That was good enough to bring back?
He has big muscles, Michael.
Oh my gosh! Literally kill me.
and he's one of Jeff Probst's personal favorites.
Oh my god. Okay.
He's also highly rumored, so I think he's probably a lock. And I think maybe someone like David from 48, who is another buff burly man, I think could be a little more entertaining. But I think Jonathan also brings a valuable archetype to the show. And maybe he's not a big strategist, but he's also like willing to, he puts in effort, he tries to strategize. Oh my god.
Wow.
I can hear, I heard your laugh like from the other room, but it did not pick up.
Oh my, it's like, why do you think he should be on Survivor 50? Well, he tried to strategize.
Yeah, well, he tried to, and he's also highly rumored. We also have someone you may recognize, Michael.
Oh my gosh.
Shan Smith.
Oh, no way. The messiest pastor I've ever witnessed. I loved her. She got voted out and said, I'm going to be so bitter.
Exactly. No,
I
Shan
hate you all.
Shan is a New Era icon. The first ever New Era season. She had her Shanthem. We gotta bring back the Shanthem.
Oh, obviously. If the Shanthem's not in season 50, I'm gonna lose my mind.
Yeah, and that actually brings it. That's 20 contestants. That is our cast.
Oh my gosh. So that's who you think. Wow. So no one from like recent.
But wait.
Well. Oh my gosh.
We have 20
Jonathan
people.
Again.
We have 20 people. But this is season 50, Michael.
Oh my gosh.
Australian Survivor goes up to 24. Does US Survivor want to really let Australian Survivor have more? Like, US Survivor has to do everything better.
And bigger too.
And bigger. So we're not done. And this is the end of like old era. We're gonna have 2/3 old era players, and then we're gonna have 1/3 of our cast be new era.
Is this just like your rule, or is this what they've said?
This is my speculative rule, and I think this is what would be best if we're celebrating like all aspects of Survivor. I think that'd be the most even way to divide it. So next up we have D, winner of 45.
No, boo.
Michael is not a fan.
Not a fan. I don't know. She just like, she's just boring.
Well, we do need to bring back some winners for 50, and we brought back Earl. We brought back Vecepia, and there is a rumor from Martin Holmes and Inside Survivor that there will be 2 to 4 winners on this season, and I think D is very likely to be on the show. So we'll just move to our next icon.
Oh my god.
Q. If they don't bring back Q on this season, that'd be a big mistake.
Oh my god.
I tried to have like this gif of him saying big mistake, but it's not working. So just picture it like moving and him saying big mistake.
Yep. No, I got it. It's in my brain now. Yeah.
I think Q is another lock for this season.
He is just so odd and strange.
He brings the entertainment value.
Yeah, honestly, like, I really hope if he comes back, though, no, I better not hear a single peep from someone saying he's a challenge threat, because, oh my gosh, we cannot go through this again.
But Michael, what if he goes on an immunity run?
It's not happening.
All right, well, there is another 46 rumored contestant to be on this season, and that is Charlie, the Swiftie himself. He just came up short in 46, and now he has to redeem himself. He gets a chance to redeem himself on the highest stage. Yeah, well, maybe he has a little vendetta. He has to settle the score with Q. Or wait, did Q vote for Charlie?
I don't know, but I feel like his real beef's with Maria.
And I think, Q and Stephenie gave him like 30 seconds to explain his game. And I think they were like the deciding votes on who won. So next up, we have someone for 47. Michael, do you have any guesses?
Oh my god, 47. I'm thinking Sam. I'm thinking...
It's a woman.
Oh, it's a woman? Okay. Not Sue. Oh, Genevieve?
That's right. It's Rachel.
Okay. Well.
Bring back another winner, Rachel. Dominant game of the new era. Do you like
That's true.
Do you like the photo I picked out of Rachel?
She's really dirty, but she looks determined.
Yeah, well, she's on 50 and she's ready to play dirty.
Oh my gosh. I mean, she did prove that, you know, no matter what your like pre-merge game is, you know, it doesn't amount to much if you really swing it out of the park during the merge.
All right, next up we have Joe.
Oh my god, no. Absolutely not.
I know you love those scary eyes that just
They're
pierce.
So I swear, I think no one voted for him because they were scared he was gonna murder them in his sleep. Like, it's terrifying.
I also have a little picture of Kyle up on his buff because I really can't tell which direction they're gonna head in. But I think one of them will be on this season.
That seems like a lot of winners from the new era.
Yeah, well, it would be 3 winners from new era, 2 winners from old era, but also I think Earl and Vecepia are maybe reaches. So you know, who really knows? But I do think I think either of them could be good. I think Joe could be interesting, see how he interacts with like a Colby or like a Rupert. Some more of the old school players. I think they would be both interesting seeing playing without their like duo counterpart, either Camilla or Eva. Thank you.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I can't. Oh, sorry. I'll wait for the last one.
No. What were you gonna say?
Before I get I was just gonna say I can't believe blank is on it, but I'll wait for the last one. Maybe.
Oh well, I'm happy you said that, Michael, because last but not least, we have Say.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Not who I was hoping for, but I'm like not mad about it.
Yeah, well, there's been a lot of discourse on this. I think some people are like, oh, well, she didn't make jury. You can't bring a pre-juror on Survivor 50. Well, if you're gonna bring any pre-juror, I think you bring back, say, a recent player and a aggressive player, and she also made merge, so it's not like a pre-merger. And there's also a lot of she was highly rumored, and then she was highly rumored to be on, and then she was highly rumored to be cut. But she posted something on Instagram. She got new like cornrows, and someone was saying it's the same way she did them when she went on to 48. And there's some people I've been following who's been following people on Instagram. Joe followed. Oh, jump scare. Yeah, did I get you there, Michael?
You did. I jumped.
Yeah, well,
stop it. Stop doing this to me.
People have been looking into who has been following who, and honestly, for the like Charlie, Joe, and Say, there has been some interesting following things. So yeah, that brings our total cast. I'll do some honorable mentions. Oh, I guess, okay, I did do this. Let's say Earl and Amanda both don't end up being the cast. I think Genevieve could be a great replacement. Genevieve and Rachel will be a fun duo to have on the season, and I know also you are a big fan of, as many others. Big
love
fan of Genevieve.
She is great. She's iconic. She understands storytelling. It's important. Like, yes, this is reality TV. You're supposed to be your real, authentic self, but it didn't hurt that she had a story arc over the course of the season.
Yeah.
Like, you know?
And we also bring back Caleb. If we're talking about, like, iconic players from the new era, I think Caleb is one of the top players. He first, not the first successful shot in the dark, but the first successful shot in the dark to negate votes.
Yeah, and 10 or like 11 votes of that.
I mean, he's legendary. If he's not going to be on this season, he would be on like a new era All-Stars season.
And I will say, if you're bringing D back, you gotta bring Caleb back. Like, Oh, I want to see
interesting.
that because D was like, oh my gosh, he played a Star in the Dark. He has to go home, and was the reason he went home
That's
right
true.
after.
That's true.
So
Yeah.
I'm like, come on, let's get some Caleb redemption here when D doesn't have like her boy toys in the back.
Well, speaking of 45, some more honorable mentions. Financial analyst Emily Flippin.
Oh my god.
Emily is also highly rumored to be on the season. But if I was trying to keep with the diversity quota, I think you either replace Amanda with Genevieve or Emily. It's your choice. I think if you bring Caleb on, bringing Emily on would also be a really good move because you have the final two of Lulu.
The Lulu losers.
The Lulu losers, yeah. We also have Davey, who's the other player from David versus Goliath that I think would be great to be on. Davey would be. I think he was an alternate for a Traders season. Yeah, he's awesome. He was my favorite of that season. I wanted him to win. Sean Rector, another. I mentioned him earlier. Rome even kind of like when he was kind of leaned up against that tree, he was tributing this confessional of him just lying on the ground. The other picture of Sean Rector is at one of his events for the Teaching Young Men Excellence Foundation. I'll read the little blurb at the bottom. We develop positive young male and female leaders to prevent the rise in gang affiliation, juvenile crime, and high dropout rates.
That's awesome.
So yeah, kind of similar to Rupert. He's working for a good cause. He's been a fan favorite to come back for forever. I think one reason he hasn't come back yet is in All Stars. They had a very low diversity, like Shan and Alicia, and that might have been like the only like non-white contestants that were on All Stars.
That's a bit embarrassing.
I think Shan would also be a really cool player to bring back, but I would love to see Sean, but I don't know if it's going to happen. But to summarize, we have 26 days, 24 people, 1 survivor, 3 tribes of 8.
Wow.
And yeah, someone did the math on Reddit. I'm not sure if it totally clears. I didn't like really check, but if you did a double boot every episode till merge, you could fit the like 24 day. I don't think the episode would be a problem, but I do think production wise on the island filming it, eliminating 24 people like in 26 days feels like really hard. But if you were to basically treat it like a normal like 2 tribes of 8 and then pre-merge every time like 2 people go home, it's honestly easier. It actually slows down the game if you just treat like the 2 losing tribes as 1 tribe. Does that make sense?
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm just like, oh my god, like the editors are gonna have to go into full work mode.
Yeah.
It's like, god, like considering they just like continuously have like just given no screen time to so many people, I'm like, oh my gosh,
I mean,
are they
48
gonna split it between 24?
Yeah, 48 was a little bit of a drag with some like Star and Mary like kind of lost in the edit, but you do have to give them credit for like 47, 46, and 45, and I think the editors have done really well. And also, this is a returnee season, so you're not having to like reestablish players.
That's true.
Especially the new era players. So yeah, that is my cast. I'll just speed through it. Yeah.
Flashback.
I mean, at the end of the day, these are all speculative. No guarantee that any of this is right, but I think it's pretty close, and I think it's the best case. The most recent rumor is that it's going to be a cast of 22 players, but I just don't see how that would make sense. I think the people that have been spoiling it have not seen the full picture, and I think the full picture is 24 people. All right, Conspiracy Hat Ellis is appearing. It's not 18. It's not 20. It's not 22. It's 24.
Wow. Tall order.
Yeah. So that concludes it. We're at 55 minutes.
Oh my gosh. I will say, the person I was going to say that I was disappointed wasn't there was actually Genevieve. So I'm glad that she appeared,
her way on.
Although as an alternate, which disappointing.
Yeah,
but also my biggest take, like, okay, I have no outside information, and I'm purely going off of like if everyone agreed and like you could pick anyone.
Yeah,
I want Jam Jam.
Jam Jam was on my list. A lot of the players that have been like didn't make it. I think they're probably saving for a new era All-Star season. And I think Jam Jam would probably be perfect. I mean, you could replace Jam Jam. You could replace like a Joe or Kyle or a Charlie with Jam Jam, or even like maybe he replaces Earl. But he hasn't been in any rumors. I mean, maybe, you know, these people leaking these things are gonna get some things wrong. They're nothing is set in stone, and they're all at the end of the day rumors. So that's why even with this most recent like rumor that seems to be like the final cast leaked, Boston Rob was like not thought to be on 40. Him and Ethan were not in like any rumors until like the day before.
Wow.
The like cast was like officially released basically. So same with Amber. So I'm not like, I'm taking all of these rumors with a grain of salt, and I'm trying to like put together what makes the most sense.
I think this is a very interesting cast, and if they definitely did do double boots every episode, I mean, jam-packed season, really.
Yeah, it would be scary with how it could go, but I also think it's 90-minute episodes, and they've done double boots in like past. You know, they've done it all the time, so.
Yeah, and I mean, they probably want to do something different for 50.
The only thing is, and I think a lot of people are going to have to come to this realization is, and this goes with any returnee season, sometimes the boot order and the amount of screen time that some of your favorites get is not as much as you would have hoped for, and that can that can really suck. But you got to appreciate everyone for as long as you can, basically, as they're on the season. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
Aw, that's a nice little ending note.
Yeah, well, with that
appreciate
ending,
everyone as long as you can.
With that ending note, Michael, do you want to wrap us up?
Well, everyone, thank you so much for watching us and listening to Ellis's takes on Survivor 50. If you have any guesses of who you think will be on it, let us know, and let us know what you think about Ellis's takes.
Yeah, roast
like
roast my takes in the comments.
Roast the shit out of Ellis. Don't say anything mean about me though, because I'll cry. And thank you so much for watching, and we are hoping to bring you more content soon, we promise.